Hello guys, Michi here, and you guys have seen my videos and you may think, well, this guy is mildly smart. I mean, he's not a genius, he's not Albert Einstein level here. He can think sometimes, he comes up with good ideas, but believe it or not, I am a technological genius. Well, you're goddamn right, I know everything about computers, about your cell phones. I can install WhatsApp on your grandma's phone. Absolutely, I can. Heck, I even taught my mom how to download a picture from Facebook. I mean, the Apple engineers are shaking right now. They are afraid they might lose their job thanks to me. But the way in which I obtained this forbidden knowledge is not through experience. I did not use a lot of phones, I did not use a lot of computers, but I actually saw a lot of Marques Brownlee videos. So trust me and believe me when I say this, you want to listen to my opinion on the Neo robot from the company 1X that has just been announced. So apparently this robot is something that became huge overnight, I just started watching it on TikTok, on Instagram, and on every social media you can think of, which is weird because I never really heard of this company before, 1X. I had no idea. I only knew that Tesla was making some weird humanoid robots. I was aware of that. So it definitely was something that took me by surprise. It's like, oh yeah, I love burgers, but I don't know when this. It's just things that happen in life. But what is all this hype around the robot? Well, it's a robot that supposedly can do a lot of chores, tedious chores that you don't want to do, and he will do it on your behalf. He will wash your dishes, he will open the door. If you just finish your drink, you can tell it to come and pick it up for you and just take it to the kitchen and just put it there. And so far, the most impressive thing that I've seen is that it can charge itself. So basically, once you have the robot, you never have to worry about charging it because it will charge itself. It will find the nearest power supply and it will connect himself. That's pretty cool. And of course, one of the things that make this robot very interesting is the fact that it has a humanoid form. It has eyes, and according to the developers, they made it so that it seems friendly, I suppose. I mean, well, yeah, I mean, if you have never in your life had friends, then sure, buddy, that does seem friendly to me. And so a lot of people were a little bit worried, is this the beginning of the end? Are the robots going to take over? Is this like the first main robot that will be launched to the market in a way? Think about it, pretty historic event. The first mass-produced humanoid assistant robot. That would literally be written in history books, so is that it? Well, it is hard to know. It definitely does have more cons than pros in the way I see it. Like, yes, it can do a little bit of things, but it has a price of $20,000 if you want to own it, or you can rent it for $500 a month. Now, I'm not the hugest fan of the renting option, especially if the only purpose that you want this robot is to chat with it. Like, at this point, just rent a friend, you can do that. Just pay me $10 and give me a Chipotle coupon a month, and I'll be happy, I'll be your friend. You don't gotta pay 500 quid to these people. So it is expensive, and not only that, but that also takes me to the second main con, which is that it's not fully autonomous. So you would be like, okay, $20,000, but now I don't gotta do my chores anymore. Well, not quite. The video presentation of the robot Neo does showcase a few of the things it does, but in the video you only get two clips in which it is actually fully autonomous. The first one is when it opens the door.
Can you get the door, please?
And the second one is where he picks your cup and then just takes it to the kitchen.
Hey, Neil, can you take this cup to the sink for me?
I'm assuming it can charge itself autonomously too, but for the vast majority of the things showcased in the video presentation, it is actually being controlled by somebody. How are they controlling it? Are they just magicians? Are they telepathically knowing what the robot does? Not exactly. The robot does have cameras on its eyes, and so apparently there is this mode in which you can call an expert. That is what they call the person that is going to control, to see the camera and control the robot. An expert. An expert on what? Well, I don't know. An expert on washing the dishes. An expert on wiping your ass. Why not? Yeah, honestly, that's a huge thing because they're selling this robot as this incredible thing that will make all your chores. It will just do some really basic ones. Most of them it really cannot do them without the input of a real human being that will be in another place remotely. So at that point, it's a little bit like, why not hire somebody hourly, right? You can just pay somebody to come 2 hours and do things way more efficiently than the robot could, because you can also see that the robot is a little bit clanky, it doesn't move fast, it can barely grab things, it does it very, very slowly. And it's also like the feeling aspect of it, not only that it is not very efficient at doing the things it's marketed to do, but also the privacy aspect. How are you going to feel? First and foremost, the robot itself, it's kind of creepy. Yes, they try to make it look a little bit friendly. That is as friendly as the bully that you had in middle school, that is just a little bit uncanny. Now, I am not insulting Neo. I think he's a great guy, but it doesn't look incredible. Like, there's also this funny thing where it has like some lights on its head, and it's like everything is chill until you see that your Neo now suddenly has red lights instead of blue. Yeah, I'll pass on this one. Thank you very much. Well, effectively, you will have somebody remotely watching your house, Now, from what I understand, this is an option that you can activate. It's not like they're monitoring 100% of the time what you are doing or the camera on your robot. But if you activate the mode, again, this is what I understand. I'm not putting my hands on the fire here. But yes, when you activate this, an absolute stranger will be able to see your house and the people around you. He will be able to see you, which I understand that they call him an expert. So it is just a worker, It's probably not somebody that is going to steal you or do anything wrong. But still, I know that a lot of people will feel a little bit uneasy just because of the idea that somebody is watching or spying on them. Heck, I've even seen that with Alexa. People very paranoid, like, Alexa is all the time hearing what you say, eh? You cannot speak in front of an Alexa. Now imagine these people with this robot. No, that would be absolutely insane. It looks scary. It's scary because somebody else that is in another place is watching you and controlling the robot. Imagine you're sleeping and then this person just decides to finger your butt. You're at its complete mercy. There is not much that you can do. I mean, well, the robot does move very slowly, so you can definitely continue sleeping for 3 minutes more and then just wake up, just kind of throw it away and it will fall. So yeah, not a huge deal. And also, it's not like the complete product. It's not the futuristic robot that we're expecting. It's very far from it. So all this hype that I'm seeing on the internet that the future is here, hold your nose, not really. It does seem like a weird product because it is very expensive. So at that price point, you would expect that it literally just makes your food and then you can just kind of T-pose and it will come and put you your pajamas. But it is definitely not that at all. And it's from a company that I personally don't know. Maybe it is super famous and I just live under a rock. But I don't think a lot of people will be very quick to say, I trust this. It's not like Tesla. Like, whether you like or not Tesla, you know that if they put out a product, people kind of trust them. I don't know if this brand has that necessarily. It does seem to be a little bit new. It seems to me like Marcus Brownlee was very right. It seems like they're trying to get, I don't know, 10,000 of these robots in houses, and then they will have more information and basically they will train these robots so that they can be more efficient each generation. So far, it genuinely does look a little bit like my incomplete science project. It seems polished, but it doesn't do what it's supposed to do yet. Anyway, just wanted to speak about this because a lot of people seem to be thinking that this is the beginning of that futuristic era that we were promised. I don't think so personally. It might, maybe it's a huge success. I don't see it though. Maybe in a year it already sold 100,000 robots. It kind of goes along with AI, where AI hyper promises the future. We're gonna have AGI this year. It's around the corner and it never arrives. But anyway, that's about it. See ya.